Hey everyone. In our previous session, we explored some of the newly created string functions. In this session, we'll focus on another new function released by the Fusion team, and that is nothing but array element function. Let's try it out. So we have this array, and our requirement is basically to pull out the first item of the array. So you can see that this array has three items. This is the first item, and this is the second item, and this is the third item. Okay, our requirement is basically to pull out the first item of the array, and that is nothing but email. Let's see how we can do this using array element function. So we are in Fusion now. Let's try to add a module. Right click, choose module, tools, um, set multiple variables. Okay, and let's try to create the input array. Okay, so let's try to name this variable as var marketing channel. Okay, and let's try to add the array. Add let's try to add the let's try to create the array first of all. So we need to create the array, right? So first of all, we need an empty array. Let's add our actual array. So basically, we need the first item of the array should be, let's say, email. Second item can be LinkedIn, let's say. Okay, third item can be Instagram, right? So this is our array. So we are creating this array here using the add array function. So first of all, we added an empty array, and then we added all these items into the empty array. Okay, so let's try to click on add here. Let's click on OK. Let's try to run this module only. Okay, and you should see that the array is actually created here. Okay, now if you see this output bundle, this is our array. Okay, now our requirement is basically to pull out the first item of the array. Okay, or let's say first element of the array. Okay, now let's try to add another module. Let's say tools. Okay, um, let's say um, set multiple variables. Let's name this as var primary uh, channel. Okay, um, let's say, and we're going to use array element function. So array element. Okay, and the first parameter is going to be your input array, and that's nothing but this var marketing channel array. And then I want the first item of the array. So I'll just say 1. 1 is the first, 1 will give you the first item of the array. Let's try to click on add, click on OK here. Let's try to run this module. Okay, let's see the output here. You can see that we got the first item of the array. That's nothing but email. Now, let's say I want to get the second item of the array. How do you do that? Just change it to 2 here. The index should be changed to 2 here, and it will give you the second item of the array, which is nothing but LinkedIn, right? So let's see the output here. You can see that we got the second item of the array, which is nothing but LinkedIn. Okay, now what if I give an item which is not there in the array, right? So let's say if I add the fourth item, so let's say I added 4, and you know that our array has only 3 items. Okay, now I added 4 here. Let's see what the output will be. Let's try to run it. What do you think the output will be? Let's try to test it out. You can see that we got an empty output, or an output of null. Okay, if you see this, it's null. Okay, so if you give an item which is not there in the array, it will give you a null value. Okay, so this is how you use this particular function. This is extremely useful whenever you want to pull out a specific item of the array and use it in your scenario. You can use this particular function. I hope you like this video. Have a great day.